So welcome back, guys. So like I said, we have initialized our button here, and I remember this ID is the same as this ID, my button. All right. Otherwise, the application won't work. And one more important thing, before I put an action on this, maybe I'm going to put an action. This is an advanced action because we have a mouse event. This is a mouse listener, but you know. For you guys, you don't need to know more about this, but I'm going to, this is an advanced version of the event handler. Okay, so you can just use the one that does not have the check which action came about. So when I learned this program, I noticed something, and this is what I wanted to address, because some of you may actually be facing some of that problem. You can see we don't have the printout. Okay, it's not printing out anything. That means the action is not being passed to this button. Okay, guys, so this is because of the FX controller. It has not been binded with the view. All right, so this is a controller. Okay, this is a controller. All right, now a Javafx program, for every window that you create, for every window, and remember the window contains the buttons, the table views, all those views. It has a controlling class, what we call the controller, right? And in that controller, those views are initialized, and the controller class must be binded with with the GUI components. All right, with the GUI component. For example, here we can either decide to, if you have to cross this a bit, you can see we have a controller here, right? You can just say, okay, this is a controller that is there. So we might have the class already here, right? But I thought it's easier to put it in code. All right, because when you come to this is the XML text. Okay, this is a text format of the XML window. You just and you just type something. You can just type something here, and you can say FX, okay, controller, just like that. It's going to give you an option. Okay, then you can see the sample is our it's our first definitely our source here. Okay, if you come down here, you can see the sample. It's our folder. You just say sample. So we're going to say here sample dot controller. Now this sample dot controller, it refers to this class. Okay, and you can see now the button has tightened up, because it means everything has been joined as it should be. All right, so now when you run this program, let me run this program so that you may see what I'm saying. When you run this program, we expect that it should work now. It should work now. And guys, you can see the hello world is now working. Okay, so it's very important, so that to always connect to the class, the controller class, and the GUI. Okay, so one more thing, if you noticed here, I had put some of the a check that was checking if it was a flag. If you're coming out of Java, and probably or any other programming, you surely understand what is an if statement. So I'm going to say else. Okay, then maybe I'm going to do another system out here. For here, I'm going to say mouse was clicked. Okay, and here I'm going to say, okay, we can, for now we can just deal with the mouse click, because if we deal with the okay, we'll be contradicting ourselves. We can only deal with the left mouse click or the mouse click. For this one, I'm just going to use the mouse click, so that you may see some of the different events that may occur when the mouse is clicked. I'm going to clear all here, and then the program is going to run again. Okay, you can see this is because we did not specify the what mouse click was it. Was it left click? Was it right click? So I'm going to be explaining this, guys, on an advanced version of this, and some of you guys probably know how that works. Okay, so at least we have been able to see how we can create a simple button in Javafx, how we can style it. Okay, how we can connect that GUI component to the controller, right? And how we may be able to run this program in no time, right? So that is that is a basic introduction. It's very simple, guys. So there are other many components that we should be able to talk about, and before we continue, I should be able to talk about an error that comes here. Okay, for example, if I was to remove this annotation to this button, okay, and run this program, you are going to get some error. Okay, you can see we have an error here. Okay, and the error is saying construct root exception, Java null pointer exception. Now this one, the null pointer exception, it means this one, it does not recognize this button. Okay, and why does it not recognize the button? Because it has been put private. Whenever you put the button as private, you have to use the annotation here, you know, there at fxml. All right, at fxml, whenever a component is private in JavaFX, you must use the at fxml annotation to be able to refer to it. Okay, so you can see here, at least the program, it doesn't have any error end, and the program is running. So if you don't want to use the annotation, this button, then you have to declare it as public. All right, okay, you can see even the color has changed here. You have to declare the button as public, so that when you run this, okay, let's wait. You see, we still don't have the error. Okay, and maybe I should just have put the system dot out dot print train, and I should just say success. All right, guys, and I'm going to check how what the time that is remaining for this tutorial. Okay, just some few seconds. So let me run this, guys, so that we may be able to see what you can do. Okay, you can see it's running, it's working. The success is here, the console is there. So guys, this is it for this tutorial. In the next tutorial, I'm going to be doing on other components. I'm first of all going to deal with the containers now, and we are going to learn what are those containers and what they can contain. Okay, like this button is containing the anchor pane container, but I'm going to discuss about that. So see you next, guys. Thank you very much.